Present your bodies as a sacrifice to God. Now that's the language of the Old Testament, right? That's the language of a bull or a sheep or a goat brought to a bloody altar, throat slit, blood poured out, God satisfied because it represents God's willingness to take a substitute on behalf of a sinner. So I'm a sinner. I cannot be accepted by a holy God. Something must bear my punishment. He has said, offer an animal, kill it, pour its blood out. I'll take that in your place for now. And every saint in the Old Testament knew the blood of bulls and goats could not take away sin. Every saint in the Old Testament knew this animal represents something bigger, greater. What will it be? When will it come? We do not know for sure. But there's got to be a bigger, better sacrifice on my behalf because no animal can bear my moral guilt. And we all know what it was pointing toward, and they do too now. It was pointing towards Jesus, so that Paul says in 1 Corinthians 5:7, Christ is our Passover lamb, and He has been sacrificed. Or Hebrews 10:12 puts it most decisively. When Christ had offered for all time a single sacrifice for sins, He sat down at the right hand of God. So Christ brought to an end all those Old Testament sacrifices because His sacrifice of Himself on the cross atoned, covered perfectly all the sins of all of His people, past, present, and future. No additional sacrifices for atonement dare be offered, lest we belittle the once-for-allness of the sacrifice of Jesus. So what does it mean in verse 1 when it says that our worship consists in our presenting our bodies as sacrifices? There are 4 words used to describe what it means. Bodies, living, holy, acceptable to God. Let's take those one at a time and unpack what your life of worship is to be.